effects here in Cuba throughout the weekend.
Well, they're on alert status 1. They haven't ordered any evacuations. That may occur later tonight or tomorrow, especially in those eastern provinces. Over here on the west side of the island right now, things are in pretty good shape. Now, we've had some rain today across Cuba, some showers, but no certainly direct impacts. And the winds are running from the northeast here on the Malecon around 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now, as far as last season, they came through last year unscathed. We had Irene on the east coast. They had really no serious tropical issues here. The last hurricane they dealt with was Tomás back in early November of 2010, so about 2 years ago, pushing 2 years. That one came up through the Windward Passage. That's the body of water between Haiti and the Dominican and also Cuba. And as it came back up, it re-strengthened to a hurricane. We had some power lines down, some trees down, and certainly some localized flooding, but there were no fatalities with Hurricane Tomás. So they had a pretty good year last year, tropical storm-wise and hurricane-wise. But this weekend, it's going to be a different story. It's pretty much etched in stone. They're going to have to deal with Isaac in some way, shape, or form. We're not quite sure how intense it's going to be at this point as it gets here. And if it does track over Cuba as expected, at least a good portion of the circulation, that will tend to hold it from strengthening any further or weaken it. But then all bets are off as it heads out into the Florida Straits as they get into later Sunday and certainly into Monday morning. Malecon tonight, Friday night. This place will be packed tonight. People come out here. It's kind of a big hangout spot, kind of a party place. And with this afternoon temperature in the mid-80s, also a good place to jump in the water into Havane Bay and cool off on this late summer afternoon. Kids are still out of school until next month. So we'll be here in Cuba through the weekend and covering it for you as we've never done before here on the Weather Channel. As guys, we await the 5 o'clock track update, certainly the intensity update on Isaac. I don't know if it's in yet, but I've noticed, though, the past couple of days, they've been coming in pretty close to 5. Not 4:45, but pretty close to 5 in the afternoon, and for that matter, around the clock.
And Mike, it's Danielle back at home base. I mean, does everybody seem to realize this is a long-duration event? Long-duration event.
Well, they're certainly prepared. The Weather Service here is on TV quite a bit, broadcasting the latest conditions. As soon as I got into the airport this morning, we saw it up on the television, also through the afternoon and evening. So they're very aware, and they make everybody aware. They take this very seriously, as I've told you through the afternoon here from Havana, that they don't. They probably, some would say, overcompensate for the weather coming in. And that has always been kind of Castro's mantra. He doesn't do it anymore because of his age and health, but he would get right down into the front lines, into the emergency centers, and just, make sure everything's running smoothly, much like we see our governors back in the United States do today. So they are ramping up for the weekend. 3 stages of alerts. So far, only stage 1 has been issued, but I'm sure that will change as we go through tonight and tomorrow as the storm approaches over around Guantanamo and Santiago de Cuba. Back to you.
All right, Mike Seidel live in Havana, Cuba. Thank you so much for the update. Again, we'll be checking with Mike periodically.